family, how y'all doing? I need you all to do me a quick favor and share this live so that I can give you a very important update about a young child that has lost his life here in Atlanta, and what we, the Justice Network and family, are doing and going to do about it. If you saw the live a little earlier today, we were talking about leadership, and then I was made aware of a tragic shooting right here in Atlanta, right while we were on the live, and we immediately sprung into action. I reached out to some of the justice leaders, and we have since then made progress that I want to make you all aware of. And so the first thing is, if you're not seeing the news story, I want to bring you up to speed, and then I will let you know what it is that we're going to do and how we're going to try to help get justice for this baby. And please don't monitor or worry about any negative comments because they are completely irrelevant, especially at this time.
Someone fired a single shot into this black SUV. Now the search for this child's killer. The boy's family told us local organizations have added thousands of dollars to the reward to get someone to come forward. Channel 2 Station Fernandez, live from the child's home in DeKalb County. And Taisha, the community says it wants justice. Justin, the family woke up today hoping police would tell them we've arrested the shooter, but that just isn't the case yet. So what they've been doing is touching the child's toys, touching his clothes, anything to make them feel closer to him. They are begging anyone with information to tell police what they know about this murder. Please come forward. Since this mother witnessed the murder of her 3-year-old son, Taraji Diggs, she called him Rollo. His father stood with the family Tuesday and spoke to us for the first time. He's in so much pain after losing his only child in such a violent way, he could barely speak. Police said Sunday night, someone fired a single shot into this black SUV while the toddler was asleep in the back seat. When his mother realized the bullet hit her son in the chest, she pulled over in front of this church on Boulder Crest Road and Cecilia Drive in DeKalb County. She showed me the bullet hole, hoping that if someone with information about the shooting sees it, it'll encourage them to come forward and anonymously tell police what they know. Local leaders are helping the family with burial expenses, but they're asking for the community's help as well. This is happening too much. Too many lives are being taken, and when you think about a 3-year-old baby, an innocent baby, this mother is broken. Enough is enough. We're calling on the community to speak out. There is one organization that has donated $10,000 to the Crime Stoppers Reward, hoping someone will come forward. I spoke to the president of that organization about why he donated such a large amount. I'm going through that interview now, and we'll have that organization about why he donated such a large amount. I'm going through that interview now, and we'll have a live report in the next hour. We're live in DeKalb County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News. Just heartbreaking, Taisha. Boy, police say someone shot and killed the toddler as he rode in his mother's SUV. Channel 2 Station Fernandez, live at the victim's home in DeKalb County. Taisha, you have the Easter basket that the victim received just hours before he was killed. Justin, take a look at that Easter basket. He was eating the candy right out of here like so many children on Sunday, but later that night someone shot and killed him in front of his mother, and so now she's taking comfort in things like his favorite toy, his clothes. This person called Justice. When he found out that someone shot and killed this 3-year-old boy Sunday night while he was sleeping in the backseat of this black SUV, he wanted to get involved. He's donating $10,000 to the Crime Stoppers Reward to encourage people with information to anonymously call police. We want the perpetrator to be uncomfortable and to know that no matter if it a mistaken identity or a gang, it is completely unacceptable, and everybody should get involved for that message. The victim's parents held one another as they continued to mourn the death of their only child, Taraji Diggs. They called him Rollo. On Sunday, he was eating the candy from this Easter basket just hours before he was gunned down on Boulder Crest Road and Eastland Road in DeKalb County around 11:30 p.m. His father hasn't said much since someone killed his son. I'm really speechless. I really don't even want to talk right now. I just got my hands on the GoFundMe page link. We'll be posting it on our website, WSBTV.com. And of course, the family is begging anyone with information to call police. We're live in DeKalb County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
Well, actually, it's sickening. And if you know anything about the shooting that killed 3-year-old Trujet Diggs, please call Crime Stoppers, 404-577-8477. It's 404-577-TIPS. You do not have to leave your name to get that cash reward.
Police have identified a woman seen on surveillance video before a home invasion.
So family, is really simple. We got the word of the child being shot. We immediately went to go see how we could be of assistance. And unfortunately, upon our arrival, we learned that the family did not have insurance. And what we decided to do then as the Justice Network is to donate $10,000 for the information leading up to the arrest and the conviction of the perpetrator. So that's $10,000 that's going to Crime Stoppers for anybody with any tips or information that is asked, encouraged to give in information, even if anonymous, and be it that that individual is arrested, you will be awarded that $10,000. But here is the thing. Unfortunately, the family does not have the money to cover the cost of the funeral expenses. I want to thank all of the celebrities who I'm aware of that are reached out and are going to be of assistance in some capacities that they're going to be in. But those of you all who are able, listen to exactly what I'm saying. Justice will not and is not taking any donations in the name of this tragedy. We are not marching. We are not protesting. We are not organizing anything. We will be attending the funeral services on Saturday, and we will be giving the family any assistance that they need that is going to be offline. So I need you to listen to me. On the news station's website, there's a GoFundMe link that is from the family that you can click on and give directly to the family. And the family will then utilize that money to cover all extra costs associated with burying this child. I and some people from Justice right here in Atlanta have been in communication with some individuals that are down here that know the streets. And so we're going to learn the streets. We're going into the streets, and we want to basically find out who is responsible for this murder to the best of our ability. Nobody, under no circumstance, put all your differences aside, should ever give cover for a person that kills an innocent woman or a baby killer. That should never get a pass on nobody's streets. And so we're going to go out. We're going to canvass the neighborhood. We're going to be doing it. Also, we've made a connection, very strong connection with the government officials here. And basically, we're saying this. And then we're basically saying this. Y'all make sure that we know who you all give up the person who did this. We'll give you the $10,000 reward and let this family have some peace. Everybody, but if you don't, that's just make it real uncomfortable for everybody that's in these areas that is contributing to a culture of violence. I see this too often in Chicago. I didn't expect to have to come down here and deal with the same thing, but knowing violence is everywhere, I'm asking for you all to participate in that manner. Go on to the family's GoFundMe page, but I want to thank everybody who was for real about being a part of the Justice family. Today, without hesitation, we did the right thing and the big thing, and we were able to give a $10,000 donation towards the identifying of the information leading up to the arrest and the conviction of an individual responsible for the death of a child who didn't even get to find out what life was all about. And the family GoFundMe page is going to be up. So again, we are not taking donations. Again, we are not organizing any marches or any public demonstration. Again, we are working with the local officials, some celebrities who are supporting, some pastors who are supporting, so that we can make sure that we take care of any other thing that's long term. This family is seems completely and legitimately just so broken up about this. And I sat there, and that mom could barely talk. The father could barely talk. I got a moment to pray with the family, and I'm gonna just say this: that grandmother, it was that grandmother, seeing her and talking to that grandmother and looking at I can tell that either that's a praying woman or that's a strong woman. And I believe that this family is going to have a very long journey of healing. And I told them that justice is going to be there as much as we can every step of the way. But we are now in Atlanta dealing with the situation, and I'm asking for you all to go donate to the GoFundMe that goes directly to the family so that they can cover the costs that we did not cover. Thank you so much. Wait, I'll take 5 questions, and let me get Crime Stoppers information for you all who may know something. Somebody may see this and know something, and this is, where's my camera? This is the Crime Stopper information. The Crime Stoppers information. For those of you all who are just coming in, I'll say it again, like just, you know.
Boy, police say someone shot and killed the toddler as he rode in his
You want to
mother's
know
SUV.
what we've done?
Channel 2 Taisha Fernandez live at the victim's home in DeKalb County. Taisha, you have the Easter basket that the victim received
Playing
just
it again
hours before he was
for those
killed.
that just came in.
Justin, take a look at that Easter basket. He was eating the candy right out of here like so many children on Sunday, but later that night someone shot and killed him in front of his mother, and so now she's taking comfort in things like his favorite toy, his clothes. This person called Justice when he found out that someone shot and killed this 3-year-old boy Sunday night while he was sleeping in the backseat of this black SUV. He wanted to get involved. He's donating $10,000 to the Crime Stoppers reward to encourage people with information to anonymously call police.
We want the perpetrator to be uncomfortable and to know that no matter if it a mistaken identity or a game, it is completely unacceptable and everybody should get involved for that message.
The victim's parents held one another as they continued to mourn the death of their only child, Taraji Diggs. They called him Rollo. On Sunday, he was eating.
Wait, I'm sorry. I want to play this over too.
For this child's killer. The boy's family told us local organizations have added thousands of dollars to the reward to get someone to come forward. Channel 2 Taisha Fernandez, live from the child's home in DeKalb County. And Taisha, the community says it wants justice.
Justin, the family woke up today hoping police would tell them we've arrested the shooter, but that just isn't the case yet. So what they've been doing is touching the child's toys, touching his clothes, anything to make them feel closer to him. They are begging anyone with information to tell police what they know about this murder.
Please come forward.
Since this mother witnessed the murder of her 3-year-old son, Taraji Diggs, she called him Rollo. His father stood with the family Tuesday and spoke to us for the first time. He's in so much pain after losing his only child in such a violent way, he could barely speak. Police said Sunday night, someone fired a single shot into this black SUV while the toddler was asleep in the back seat. When his mother realized the bullet hit her son in the chest, she pulled over in front of this church on Boulder Crest Road and Cecilia Drive in DeKalb County. She showed me the bullet hole, hoping that if someone with information about the shooting sees it, it'll encourage them to come forward and anonymously tell police what they know. Local leaders are helping the family with burial expenses, but they're asking for the community's help as well.
This is happening too much. Too many lives are being taken. And when you think about a 3-year-old baby, an innocent baby, this mother is broken. Enough is enough. We're calling on the community to speak out.
There is one organization that has donated $10,000 to the Crime Stoppers reward, hoping someone will come forward. I spoke to the president of that organization about why he donated such a large amount. I'm going through that interview now, and we'll have that organization about why he donated such a large amount. I'm going through that interview now, and we'll have a live report in the next hour. We're live in DeKalb County. Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
Just heartbreaking, Taisha.
So I'll take the 5 questions that I'm supposed to take, and then we'll get off of here. I want to say this. We're not going to be posting the GoFundMe. I'm directing you to it because I don't want it to be misconstrued that justice is raising any money for this case. Go to the website of the news station, WS. Let me make sure I get it right. Somebody post this up there for me, please. Go to the news station's website, and they will have the GoFundMe link on that page for those of you all who will and can give. And I'll say this: we gave the we are not. There is still cost associated with it. So it says we gave the $10,000 for the reward. That is for the capture of the perpetrator, but the individual. But the family still have expenses, and I'm not going to put their business out there, but this is an unexpected tragedy that have hit them in a very hard and the worst way, and I'm asking for you all to please find it in your heart, even if it's $20, please go on there and give this family something so that they can cover the cost of the burial. And of the burial and the services that's going to take place on Saturday. I've also received word that the president of Chicago will be in Atlanta on Saturday, and possibly he'll with me attend the services for this, and we're going to help this family again. We're going to canvass the neighborhood right here in Atlanta. I'm going to be in Southeast Atlanta in a little bit. We're getting a team of people together. We're going to canvass the area. We've been able to make contact with some people on the ground. We want to learn what the culture is here, because I know it's completely different than Chicago is, and we want to ascertain who is responsible for this to the best of our ability. And I think that is only possible. And I want to say this again, and I want to be very direct in this. I thank the people in justice who are all in, who have made today possible. We didn't have to necessarily march. We don't have to protest. We don't have to ask for anything. We're just able to do. And that's what I was explaining to you all about what we were trying to get done behind the scenes. We don't want to have to keep going to these things ill-equipped. We had to build capacity. We had to figure out who we are. We had to figure out our identity. So when we get to these situations, we're not in the place that we were up in Rosemont. And I think that we're doing a good job of that. So I ask that you all pray for the family in this matter, and that you all look out for further updates. I will not be going live while we're out there canvassing. Oh, I got to take the 5 questions. Let's do this. Let's do that. That child was shot in a drive-by. We've gotten 3 different scenarios of possibly why it has happened right here in Southeast Atlanta, DeKalb County. And out of this has been some beautiful things. Like I said, we've gotten to make some new, amazing connections, and the city is open to Justice Atlanta doing some more things for the city. Yes, I am in Atlanta. Was I fixing a car? No. Okay. I got 3 more questions left. Let's go. And that's what I mean by let's get busy now. And I told you all this before. Now, and I am saying this as a slight. I was in Chicago working on the election for gubernatorialship, making the waves, and I come in Atlanta making the waves. Justice is about making a local difference where you live. Get busy. Come on, 3 more questions. I did call the state leader for Georgia, and I did speak to the chapter leader for Atlanta. They will be getting a full briefing of everything that's going on after I get off of this live, and we will determine if there's something further that will be done from justice. Hello? I'm going to do that in 1 second. Let me call you back, okay? I'm going to call you back. So please take a closer look at this for real. Okay, what can I do to help? You can go to their family's GoFundMe page and you can donate to them because they're going to have to bury the child. And you can share the video, share the live, go and share the news broadcast, and make the case, make sure that the awareness of the case doesn't go away. And maybe if you know anything about how Atlanta operates, give us information or tips. And of course, if you know anything, call the Crime Stoppers. 2 more questions. What are the 3 things that possibly led to the shooting? That I'm not going to put out here, but if you actually, I'm not going to put that out because we're still doing the research on it, but there may possibly be, a, no, I can't, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But if you go read the article, it talks about her seeing a paintball gun, and then it talks about her then seeing that there was shots or hearing that there was shots. The baby was crying. She did not know that the baby was shot. The child was struck, and she pulled over to check on her child. And out of that, I will say this one scenario is that these young people around here are going around shooting each other with paintball guns. And when they shoot you with a paintball gun, then someone shoots you with an actual gun. What actually is supposed to be a paintball gun thing, but some people take it too far or they don't stop at that, which means that there's a need for more activities and a few other things. So that's one of the scenarios, and that's kind of like in the article you could read, but that's some of the background stuff that we've been told that's possibly going on. The second thing is that there's a possible mistaken identity situation where they thought somebody else was in the car that wasn't. And then the third one is that they were actually there's some kind of beef or something going on or that's brewing. The dynamics of the city is changing, and maybe it's some gang initiation type stuff, the typical. But those are the 3 things that we are researching now, and it has nothing to do with paintballs. So again, I'm not the investigator on the case. We're out here doing the best that we can with where we are and our level, and that is a very viable possibility, as we have had that conversation go on a few times since we've been out. Okay? All right, with that being said, Chicago, I love you. Justice, you mean the world to me. America, sometimes you be tripping, but I love you too, and I pray that we get justice for this baby and that this family finds peace in one of the worst and most difficult situations any family could deal with. God bless you all.